So after threatening to sue Disney, that's right, sue Disney, that certain Aquaman starlet has decided to make even more demands of the company. Yeah, talk about wrecking your career spectacularly. Now you and we are going to talk about this desperate move and so much more. And mark my words, Disney will wreck them for this. They've talked about classic bait and switch. They've talked about threats to sue. Yeah, fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. Oh man, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And when we're talking about this deposition here that's upcoming January 21st, 2022, I want you to remember something. Disney actually sided with that certain Aquaman starlet. I mean, here's JD, his own words telling you exactly what transpired. Listen, I was involved in 5 films in that series of Pirates of the Caribbean, and I was very lucky to be part of that, and I was very happy. I'm happy still that I was part of that because I have a character that has made a lot of people smile and happy, and that gives me great pleasure. But when these people who have made upwards of 4, 5, 6, 7 billion, $8 billion on a ration of films that you've done for them, and your character is on the ride in Disneyland and in 3 different spots and in Shanghai and in Orlando and all over the place, I found it fascinating that not one call, nobody was man enough to give me the boot. They still sell merchandise. They still sell action figures. They haven't taken me off their rides. So I would say that something's rotten in the state of Denmark. Now, taking that side, though, that ended up getting Disney threatened with sanctions, aka somebody wanted to sue them because they weren't coming off of everything that they wanted. And Disney, well, they spelled out exactly what that certain Aquaman starlet wanted from them. Quote, more importantly, that certain Aquaman starlet's previous counsel stated to Disney's counsel that they did not want or expect all documents in Disney's possession. During negotiations over the scope of the subpoena, it became clear that their strategy was to show that Disney did not have documents showing a linkage between that certain Aquaman starlet's public statements and JD's career, so to minimize her damages. See, that's the game that certain person is playing. I didn't cost him all of that money. Nope, despite you hiring for 5 films and making multiple billions, somehow in some way, he cost himself that money. The funny thing about all of this, though, is that Disney, they end up getting gamed. I mean, think about how desperate you'd have to be to do that, too. Burning down career opportunities because you're trying to win all of this because you know you're culpable. And Disney, they spell it out, and they are angry about it, too. Listen to this. So after multiple telephone and email conversations between counsel over the course of several months, Disney's legal staff interviewed key document custodians and reported back to that certain nameless person's counsel what documents were readily available. The counsel, they stated that those documents, they would be sufficient. Around the time Disney produced those documents, it was told that that certain person had hired new counsel, new lawyers that insisted that Disney modify the declarations accompanying the production to state that it had produced all documents in its possession. But Disney's employees cannot sign statements under penalty of perjury that they provided every copy of every possible document in Disney's possession, given the limited search that certain Aquaman starlet agreed to through her previous counsel. Now look at these descriptors here. You're going to have Disney, they're going to call this move a classic bait and switch. They're going to call this thing trivial too. This shows you, Disney, they are not happy about this at all. They have been threatened with lawsuit as well. Yeah, you want to talk about ending somebody's career opportunities? This right here says it all. Quote, Disney is now being held into court, faced with a classic quote-unquote bait and switch, in which one counsel agrees to accept a set of documents and then, at the last minute, new counsel says that's not enough. Disney has more than complied with this legal requirement, should not be burdened further over subpoenaing counsel's trivial preferences. And oh, by the way, this went before a judge too. That's right. That's how far that certain Aquaman starlet took it, wanting to sue Disney, get money from them because they allied with that person. And yeah, a judge said, you know what? This isn't fair. This isn't just, AKA, you pulled a classic bait and switch here and you can't play that game. And you know what, Disney? They are going to remember, and they will definitely remember it as they're being dragged into court yet again. Now, most people would understand that's going to cause irreparable damage. Maybe in some way you should try to repair all of that, but no, not that nameless person. Why? Because they are beyond desperate. They know that they are on the hook because they damaged somebody's career for billions and billions of dollars, so they have to go back to Disney again. And now they want deposition by video. Now remember, deposition, it isn't the same as turning over documents. You're going to have somebody come in, a designee for the company. They're going to answer questions, and what that nameless person wants is they want somebody to come in and say, he destroyed his own career. Somehow, that guy that was making us billions upon billions of dollars, we had to unhook from him because of X, Y, and Z, with none of them, of course, being about me. Quote, so please take notice that the defendant and counterclaim plaintiff, that's going to be that Aquaman starlet, by counsel will take the videotape deposition upon oral examination of corporate designee Walt Disney Motion Pictures Group, Inc., beginning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on January 21st, 2022. Remember, too, that trial, it is just a few short months away. We're talking about April 15th, 2022. You're going to have all of the depositions. They're going to be taken in this month or maybe the beginning of next month because that's going to be shut down shortly. And I'm imagining, given something that certain Aquaman starlet is trying to pull with their deposition, they're going to do this stuff remotely. I'll talk about what they're doing in another video. That stuff is shocking too. But yeah, this gives you an idea of the lengths they're willing to go to. They're willing to damage their career, any type of chances they have going forward, because they know what they did. They know they got together with an organization, the damage that they did behind the scenes, but they need an out. They desperately need something, and they're willing to do anything to try to produce it. But anyway, let me know what you think about all of this stuff, and as always, I appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work, so thank you. Can't say that enough. You want to help out the channel too? There are links in the description. Definitely check those out. They help us out quite a bit, so check them. But you being here, that helps out most of all. So thank you. I appreciate you sincerely. I'm going to end here with that, and of course, I thank you, and we'll see you soon.